I know there's a lot of kids growing up now who I love and aren't sick and aren't gonna get to know me, and I'm not gonna be able to see them and talk to them like I'd like to, and I have it in. But I'm doing this because I want them to know what I've learned is most important, that I want them to know. I want them to always remember that God and Jesus are there for you no matter what happens. And not to worry, because He's even there, even for me and even for other kids and even for everyone. He's there. So you don't gotta be scared, because even if you don't see Him, He's there. And He died for you. Jesus did. And God sent His only Son to die for you so that you could be set free from sin, because He loves you unconditionally. And you also need to remember that He's closer to you. He knows what you're feeling. He knows what you're going through. And He knows you better than anybody else does. Maybe even yourself. Which is mostly the case with me. He knows me better than you and I do. That's probably a good thing. I want you to know family is one of the most important things ever. Even if they're not by blood, family is the most important. I know I've lost a lot of family through this. I keep a locket because it hurts when I lose family, and it hurts when they're not by my heart. So I keep a locket to keep them close to my heart so that it doesn't hurt as much. I want you to know how important family is. They're one of a kind to you. We're blessed to them and them with you. And they're irreplaceable. And everybody's irreplaceable. There's only number one anybody. And love hurts. Because you get it, and then you have hard times, and easy times, and you even lose it. And it goes to heaven, and you're all the way down here on earth. It happens. You can love, and then eventually something happens to make it hurt so bad. But then you can remember the love, and you can know that it was worth it. I want you to remember the moments. Because when life can be so bad, if it can be so bad, I want you to remember that. How important the moments are. Every small moment that you feel can't be important because something big's coming up isn't true. Because everything you see, there can just be one moment in time where you go, that was an incredible moment and way worth me being alive right now. There's just tons of those moments in life that are just, and there's so many moments where just a camera and a video camera just don't cut it, and you just have to be there and experience it. And I want you to know about Godwings. Godwings are amazing. I've learned from a friend who sent me a God wink about how God gives you winks, he gives you signs to let you know that he's there and that you're right where you're supposed to be at the right time. Like, if you're randomly listening to a song and then you leave the house and then you hear the song wherever you go, it's a God wink. It has to be. And if you find out something you really have been looking for is exactly where you went without even realizing it, then it's God wink. And basically anything can be a God wink. No matter how tiny or small, it can be a God wink. As long as you know that it's important to you and you see that it's not just coincidence. You know that it's a sign showing you that you're meant to be there at that time. Really, really important to remember. It's really important to remember how loved you are, even when I'm not going to be here, even when you grow up. Even when you're doing things better than I can, as I'm getting sicker and you're getting better at things. So it's hard, but it's amazing too. Because I'm on my own path, but you're on your own path too. And just because our paths are different doesn't mean that I don't love you any less. And I know you love me too, even though we haven't even really talked about that kind of thing. And especially since you were so little. And it'll just be nice to have it kept around, I think. Because even I know I'm not going to be able to do this like this. I want you to know that even though you might at one point feel outcasted, like one of the worst people in the world, no matter what you feel, and it feels like it lasts forever, it's not lasting forever. Like, there's moments when you feel like they just don't like you, everybody is against you, and then there's moments where you come to realize that you're wrong. And even though you don't think those moments are going to exist, they do. They do exist. I want you to make your life count. Just because you don't have such a limited time, I want you to know that, you can make a difference. Every difference you make is worth something. Even just opening a door for somebody, you know? It's worth something. Telling someone that they're worth it, if they don't even feel like they can feel worth it, is worth it. Because by you even being here on this earth, you were loved, and you were put here for a reason, and you are worth it. You matter. That's something that a lot of stuff is really hard to grasp. You matter, no matter what. I want to tell you how everything in the world can feel so amazing and then things can turn around and be bad. You gotta remember your blessings. How blessed you are just to be able to do things. Like just having your family around you. Like being able to sit in your room comfortably with blessings surrounding you and being blessed enough to be able to be in the spot you're in. Like blessings by having your family, blessings by having some place to live, some food to eat, blessings to have everything that you have that so many people don't. And the knowledge to know, to be humble enough that you're not afraid to give out, and still to be able to be humble enough that you can still give to people, but you don't need to receive anything big back, that you don't expect anything big back, basically. And how important pets are. Very important. My kids are so important to me. I love all my family and my friends. I love my kids, furry kids, and scaly kids, and feathery kids. And I miss so many. I miss so much family and friends, and half of my everybody I know. I've lived so many lives already, and half of everyone I know, half of it's all in heaven already, so it's not as scary dying when you know that you're going to them. Basically, just remember even if you can't remember me, then I know you, and then I love you. Even if you don't know. And that this will somehow help you, maybe, because even though I don't want to accept it, this is gonna be a video you might watch after I die, which is scary, but also comforting because it's my path. Can I accept that? It's God's will. Stick to God's will. And even if you don't see it, there is a reason for it all. Be the change you wish to see in the world. And keep God and Jesus as your strength. Read and learn about them and their amazing doings and how they're there and how everything. Just keep faith. It's so important that you keep faith. And so important to keep your family near you. So important, because even you are one of a kind. There's only one of you. There's only one of anyone. And once something happens, there can't be another one. So remember that no matter what it is, there can never be another one exactly like it. Hope you all. And I just pray that you all have a great life. No matter God's path and choice for you, the way He's guiding you, even if you can't tell that's what it is, your passion, your goals. Follow your heart. That's basically what you have to remember. God is Jesus or love. Don't take things for granted. And I know you might mess up a lot because humans do that. But it's okay because Jesus already died for us. You gotta remember that. And you gotta remember how precious everything is and how precious time is. And at the end of, well, not the end, technically. Well, at the part of God's will, when your path shows heaven, then it's just God's will. And you just don't gotta be too sad. You just gotta remember that God's got this, that you can leave things up to God and Jesus, and that they can take it on for you. If it's too much, too hard for you to even think about, just put it up in the air and say it's meant to be what it's meant to be.